Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So now the other return teams out there. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. Defense showing blitz. They'll come out in the pistol. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run.
Cousins goes down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, able to drop him for a loss of 4. Well, there was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he did get it back, I do think, yes. So no turnover on the punt, and it'll be a first down. Now here is the first carry. It's a welcome back for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And an electric scamper there from the second-round pick in 2013 out of Michigan State.
And how about the way he's remade his body in the NFL? You remember back in...
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 71 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
So out now come the Redskins. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. No matter what play call you have on, you're always conscious of edge pressure disrupting you. And it doesn't matter whether it's a pass or a run. And in this case, it was a draw, and the edge pressure came in and destroyed the play.
3rd and long for Cousins. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Whoa, shifty.
Whoa.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Well, what a game for him. He hits for the return cycle, so to speak. He had the kick return. Now the harder part, just got the punt return for a touchdown.
And I would imagine that the special teams coach, as the ball left the punter's foot, he was thinking, should have kicked away from him.
Yeah.
Should have kicked away from him. He's in a groove, and sometimes you hit those grooves or those zones in a game, and he's in one now.
As they come onto the field, and still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Right. He's tied right here. He's tied on the right. Tied on the right.
Hurry up. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? 3 yards left to grab here on 3rd down.
Let's go.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. And this is caught by Jackson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the 1st down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the 1st down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And here's a first NFL catch for Josh Doctson. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Now they run to Sims. And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Let's see what the defense dials up here, 3rd and 4. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front, creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility? There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. They find some open field here. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition.
And he loses the football a second time. Two minutes to play here in the first half. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. Completes it right side to Doxson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Cousins now to throw on first down. His throw incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and it's second down. So 2nd and 10 here.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass.
Only a yard, and they're going to face a third down. So still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Let's go! Green, 39! Green!
On third down, Cousins can't find anyone open. Look at the time. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016.
I don't think there could have been a better pocket for him to throw from, yet he never got rid of the football, and it goes down as a sack.
I mean, he had time to build a campfire back there. He still couldn't get rid of it.
I'll bring the s'mores next time.
So now on fourth down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Certainly their offense has sputtered here a little bit in the first half as they finally do get on the board, but they only have 3.
Well, at least it eases the frustration a bit, doesn't it? Be able to get some points on the board, feel a little bit better about themselves as they go into the locker room and try and regroup.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and that'll bring up second down.
And that was a really nice play, and it shouldn't surprise us. This guy's an all-pro in 2016, and what makes Josh Norman so good, especially now, is that he plays with not just supreme confidence, but it borders on arrogance. He doesn't think anyone can beat him on any route, and he's still upset about where he was drafted coming out of college. He thought he should have been a first-round guy. He went later than that, and he's been trying to prove it to the league ever since.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's fourth down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, They're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. And Hopkins' kick is good. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And the drive begins here with Sims. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. James Harrison, the veteran, in on the stop.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wondered, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Plus the 40.
Well, you know what they say about the best laid plans, partner. I mean, this one was totally foiled. They played for the pass. The idea was if you want to run it, that's fine. We'll rally up and make the tackle. Except they didn't get it done.
Yeah, it's 3rd and long and a big run there. How about that? Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Bulldozes past him. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Bashad Breeland, the one that got him down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Here's Bell. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So the run gets them the 1st, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. And Le'Veon's mother, Lisa, she grew up a huge Steelers fan, so she's got to love this. Her team's winning. Her son's doing the thing for her team. All good, right?
Did she have a plug into the scouting department, into the front office?
Maybe she was placing
That's a big-time deal for her right there. How happy is she ought to be? A lifelong dream of her team with her baby starring on it.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels: defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they've burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's complete right around the 8. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now.
And partner, this